Are you a flag-waving idiot? No, are you? No, you see, we've got to be honest here with each other. If you're at royal events, do you like me, like to get a Union Jack flag, a British flag, and wave it if the royals are coming past? I think it's part and parcel of the spirit of a celebration, all that sort of stuff. When I was younger, a lot younger obviously, I remember the silver jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen, and we all got dressed up, and we in the school, and we were all there to celebrate it. And that was really my first point of call about learning about our wonderful British history and the monarch, 25 years at that point on the throne, done an incredible amount. And I just thought, wow, is this what she does? And when you're very young, you think, well, what does the Queen do? We'd only seen pictures of her in the schoolroom, as I said. And, it was there to be celebrated, not according to this alleged comedian. That's right, Steve Coogan. Now, Steve Coogan, of course, shot to fame playing a fake chat show host, Alan Partridge. And apparently it's been 30 years since that hit the screen. Now, what's interesting, his career has been a little bit back and forth, turning himself into something of a serious actor, co-starring alongside none other than Dame Judi Dench, amongst many other people, and a celebrated role as Stan Laurel in Stan and Ollie, a good film, I have to point out. But you see, Steve can't help getting political, and I've told you before, it's very dangerous, aka Taylor Swift. You will lose half of your audience, whether you like President Trump, whether you like Kamala Harris and President Biden, and I'm not being biased, you have to be careful. You have to say, this percentage of people will like them, so I'm risking a lot if I do. Now, Steve Coogan is opening up in a brand new play here in London called Dr. Strangelove, based, of course, on the brilliant Peter Sellers film. And, a while back, I got asked if I was interested in being an angel. An angel is a theatrical person that basically invests money into the production at the start, and then if that production comes successful or runs for a long time, you get a return. It's a little bit like, I suppose, stocks and shares and stuff. I've never done it myself. I just once showed interest because, you have to look and think, without a big name and a long run, how much money could you genuinely make on it? And you don't have to put a lot in. It can be anything from £10 to, £50,000, whatever, it depends on what they're doing, but you always have to be careful. Here's the reason why though. You see, if you've got a star like Steve Coogan, you might say, oh, a big name, he might pull in an audience, absolutely. Then he says that actually, if you're a royalist, you're a flag-waving idiot. But he didn't mind King Charles because he quite liked the Duchy original things, the biscuits, Now, this has really reverberated around, and as you can imagine, he said this on a national television political programme, trying to be hip, trying to be clever at the time of the election period. Now, of course, it's coming back to haunt him because the flag-waving idiots, that's you and I, he wants us to pay to go and see him in Dr. Strangelove. And I've been told that box office at best is, shall we say, rather slim. And it might take a lot of powers from Dr. Strangelove to finally get somebody interested in Mr. Coogan. And it goes back to what I was saying to you before. Do political statements put you off now going to see things? Or do you just think, I'm not really bothered, I just like him as a person? I find it very hard, as you can imagine, being honest with you now. I've interviewed people. I remember interviewing a pop duo a few years back now, and I'd always been a fan. And when I'd interviewed them, they were very rude to me, and I had to go home and bin their CDs. I couldn't, seriously, I thought, I can't listen to you again. You don't care what you do, you're just nasty and I don't want to know. And so I wouldn't, announce them because I think it's their problem, But the interesting thing is, I do feel once I know that particular thing, if they're negative about something I like to do, why should I invest my money in them? So if, like me, would you shell out around about anywhere from 40 to 80 to 150 pounds to see somebody who literally in print and on television calls you a flag-waving idiot for liking the British monarchy? I'd love to know what you think. Neil Shawn, Kensington, London.